Okay, the last portion of your review is on proofs, using proofs in circles. So I've gone ahead and written out this just to save us time, and I'm just going to go over kind of the highlights. So circle O with chords AB, AC, and you see these chords, okay? And what we're trying to prove is that BE times ED is CE and times EA. Now remember, I know this is one of our theorems, but you need to be able to prove it. So if I look at these two angles, BEA and CED, I can see that they're vertical angles, so they're congruent to each other. Then the BAC and BDC intercept the same arc. So let me change colors so I can show you that. So this is the arc that both of those angles intersect. So that tells us that inscribed angles that intercept the same arc are congruent. So I know that these two angles are congruent since they intercept the same arc. So then by angle, I know that these two triangles are similar to each other. So then I can just set up the proportion that I have here using the definition of similar triangles, and then use cross products to set this to prove that statement. Right, for the next one, I have congruent chords. So I know AB is congruent to BC. And I know that these are BO congruent to BO. And since all the radii in a circle are congruent, I know that. So then I can prove the two triangles are congruent by side, side, side. Okay, this one. So here I have these two tangent segments, and I want to prove that AOD, so this angle, is congruent to BOD. So what I'm going to do is basically prove that these two triangles are congruent to each other, and then I can use corresponding parts of congruent triangles. There are several ways that you can do this. You could use HL. I chose to use side, 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 but there's other ways to do this problem. So since I know that these are tangent, I know that AD is congruent to BD. I also know that OD is congruent to itself using reflexive property. Here I have congruent, these are congruent because OA is congruent to OB because they're radii of a circle. So now I have side, side, side. The triangles are congruent. And so now, yay, I just proved the two angles are congruent with CPCTC. All right, that concludes your review. Please email me any questions that you have. I'm happy to help you.